Hello students, welcome to IAE. In this video, we are going to discuss a concept on power electronics, which is how to find out the current waveform in the half-wave diode rectifier with pure inductor load. Okay, and the circuit diagram is the input voltage is here, and in the output side, the pure inductor is connected. And in between these two, there is a diode connected. And the output current is I0 and the output voltage is V0. Now our objective will be to find out mathematically what will be the expression for I0. Then we will draw the output current. Okay, so let us first draw the input voltage. So this is our input voltage Vi, and this axis is omega t, right? And this zero crossing point is pi, and this zero crossing point is 2 pi, this is 3 pi, and so on. Okay, now from the circuit diagram we see that the input voltage Vi, that we can write it as Vm sin omega t, right? Now the output voltage, as we see here, the pure inductor is connected. So we know that in case of pure inductor, the output voltage is Vi equal to L di dt. So we can write it here. The voltage equal to L di0 dt. Now we see that the diode will be forward biased in the positive half cycle. So we can write the input voltage is equal to the output voltage. So the Vi equal to Vo, and this will be Vm sin omega t equal to L into di0 dt. Now from this expression, we have to find out the current expression. Okay, so we can write it here, di0 equal to Vm by L into sin omega t. Okay, so now if we integrate this equation, we will get integration of di0 equal to Vm by L integration of sin omega t into dt, right? Then I0 will come to be Vm by L into sin omega t. The integration of sin omega t, we know that minus cos omega t, it will be minus cos omega t. Now as because we are integrating it with respect to t, so it will be by omega, right, plus the integration constant a. So this will be the expression for the current. Now from this expression, we have to find out what will be the value of integration constant. Then we will put the value of a here, then we will find the complete expression, right? Now in this integration, we see that whenever, let us mark the zero crossing points first. Now we see that whenever this zero crossing point is here, the current will start from here. Okay, so we can see the current will start from here. Now if it is so, then we can put one condition, that is I0 equal to 0 when omega t equal to 0, right? So if we put this condition, then we will find the value of a, and it will come to be 0 equal to minus Vm by L omega L. The value of cos 0 is equal to 1, right? So this is equal to 1 plus a, and the a value will come to be Vm by omega L. Now if we put the value of a here, we will get the complete expression, that will be I0 equal to minus Vm by omega L cos omega t plus Vm by omega L, right? So if we just simplify this expression, it will come to be Vm by omega L 1 minus cos omega t. Now this expression is very, very important. If you just remember this equation, many numericals you can easily solve which comes in the GATE exam, right? In this expression, we see it is Vm by omega L and 1 minus cos omega t, right? So let us find out first what will be the waveform for cos omega t, minus cos omega t. So just by simply drawing here, we can see that this is the expression of cos omega t, right? Now the minus cos omega t we need here, right? So the minus cos omega t will be just the reverse of it, okay? So it will be like this, clear? Now we know that for the cos function, the maximum value is +1 and the minimum value is -1. Now we see here in the expression of the current waveform, that is 1 minus cos omega t. So what we can see here, this is minus cos omega t, this is for minus cos omega t. Now this minus cos omega t, there is a +1, so it will be shifted by 1 unit. So the expression for 1 minus cos omega t will be starting from here, and it will be like this. And this maximum value must be equal to 2, as you can see, minus cos omega t plus 1, right? So this is the expression. Now here it will be the waveform of the I0, and this value will be, as you can see, it is multiplied by Vm by omega L, so it will be 2 Vm by omega L. Let us find out this thing mathematically, and it will come to be I0 max equal to Vm by omega L. When the value of the omega t is equal to pi, we are getting the maximum value, right? So we will put the value of cos omega t as cos pi, and that value will come to be 1 minus of -1, that will come to be +1, and we will get 2 Vm by omega L. Okay, so this is the concept you must remember, and this equation is very, very important. Vm by omega L, 1 minus cos omega t. Okay, if you want more videos like this, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon so that whenever the new video will be uploaded, you will get the notification. Okay, so coming back to the expression, this one, now we will understand one more thing, which is we will understand this waveform physically, because mathematically we can find out it's okay, but if we understand it physically, then the inner working of the circuit will be more clear to us, and that will help us to solve the numericals with a less amount of time. Okay, so what is that? Now you can see here that Vm by omega L, 1 minus cos omega t, that's okay. If we plot it, it will come to be like this, and it will be come to be like this, and also it will be continued in the coming cycles like this. Okay, now see here one thing. If we just go back to the previous equation where we discussed the input voltage is equal to the output voltage, which is Vm sin omega t equal to L di0 dt, right? So from here what we can write, di0 dt is equal to Vm by L into sin omega t. Now look one thing, we are finding out the expression for I0, right? And this is the derivative of that expression, and we know that when the derivative of our expression becomes the 0, that is whenever the curve is having a maximum or the minimum value, that is any expression when it has it max or min. In this particular points, the derivatives are 0, right? We see here when the omega t equal to 0 or the 0 crossing point pi or 2 pi or 3 pi ... we get the sin omega t is 0, and also that Vm by L is a positive quantity, so di dt 0 here. So we see at this point there must be a maxima or minima, but we do not know what will it be. Okay, now again if we take this point 0 to pi in this duration, what we are getting? The sine omega t is positive, also Vm is positive, L is a positive quantity. So we see that di dt is positive. So here we see di0 dt is a positive quantity. Now if it is so, what will it be? There will be a positive slope. That's why the current is increasing here. Now if there is a positive slope between maxima and minima, so there must be a minimum value 0 here. And as because the current cannot flow in the reverse direction, so it will be the minimum at 0, right? Then at the point 2 pi, when omega t equal to, pi, then what we'll see? That the output voltage is, the omega t is equal to 0, sine omega t is equal to 0. And if it is so, there will be a positive maximum. Why? Because there is a positive slope and this will reach the maximum value here. Then from pi to 2 pi, we see that the sine omega t is negative, and if the sine omega t is negative, Vm is a positive quantity, L is a positive quantity, then in this range di0 dt, the slope is negative. Now if the slope is negative, so it will fall from its maxima to this minima. So we get this sort of current waveform. Now one more thing, let us see here. The output voltage V0 is equal to the input voltage. So this voltage will appear, the input voltage will appear across the load also. And during this portion 0 to pi, we see there is a current rising and the input voltage is positive. That means this voltage is positive and this voltage is negative. Whenever in an element in this positive terminal of the voltage current enters, we know that is consuming the electrical power. And as we know, the L is a dynamic element, that means it can store the energy and it can release the energy. So from 0 to pi, what will it be? The inductor will consume the energy. So here L stores the energy, right? And here from pi to 2 pi, the voltage across the inductor is reversed. That is, this is minus and this is plus. Now we see that the current is falling, but the direction will be this one. And if it is so, now from the positive terminal, current is out. And this is a case whenever the element is working as a source. Now here, the inductor will act as a source and it will, the L will release the stored energy. So this way, inductor stores the energy and inductor releases the energy. And if it is so, the inductor voltages will be like this. And the average voltage across the inductor will be 0. And this statement is very, very important because based on this statement, you can solve many numericals easily. So let me write it, or you can note it down also. That is the in steady state the average voltage across the inductor is 0. So this is very, very important, and based on this statement we can solve many numericals easily. Hope you have enjoyed the concept, and thank you very much for watching the video.